Now, Sean, in passing on truth to our kids, what is a key factor in doing it? Some of the things they've heard this weekend and all, of passing it on where our kids not only have beliefs, they have convictions.
I would say it starts with something I learned from a book I read called Total Truth by Nancy Pearcey, who's written a lot of books with Chuck Colson, brilliant writer. And she's basically making the case that Christianity it's total truth. It's a holistic worldview. It shouldn't just shape our faith. It should shape the way we think about everything within the world. And what she said in that book is she said, if you want to pass your faith on to the next generation, you have to first cultivate that level of faith in your own life. In other words, we can only pass on, in a sense, the depth that we've gone in our own faith. So my first encouragement would be is if you've been here this weekend is to not walk away going, all right, there's a couple guys who study this stuff and have good answers, but to start to own it yourself. Now, you don't have to read as much as we do. I'm a professor. It's my job, right? But in terms of just learning your worldview, reading some books, going deeper, and then when conversations come up with young people, you have some thoughtful things to say about their faith. So to me, where it starts with is all of us within the church just taking ownership and realize that it's not the responsibility of the pastor, it's not the responsibility of the leaders or the teachers. All of us must cultivate a worldview. So I was at a huge church in a state in the Southwest, and I met two mechanical engineers who were about 38, 39 years old, about my age. And I asked them this question. I said, you've been in the church your whole life. How do you uniquely think about being a mechanical engineer as a Christian? What does it mean to be a Christian mechanical engineer? I kid you not, they both looked at me. They'd been in church their whole life, and they said, we've never thought about that. And it hit me. I thought, how can somebody be in church their entire life and never think specifically how their faith applies to their profession? So to me, that's why I love worldview thinking, is that when we start to realize my faith affects the way I think about culture, which is why we'd have a lot of discussions about family or about in our family about movies and how it shaped our worldview, how my faith affects politics. We had a lot of just conversations growing up. How do you think about politics as a Christian? Conversations about sports. And it was that I think helped me to piece together and realize that Christianity is a holistic worldview. So the first place I would say, just to repeat again, is we have to build our own worldview and take thinking Christianly really seriously.